Wishing you a happy new year from v4yav Media. How do you feel about the amount of young people that were killed last year in 2018 when it reached over 100 young people being murdered on the streets of London and over the capital?
Well, I've got to say my views on knife crime myself is it's a bit personal because like a couple of years ago I lost one of my closest friends to being murdered on the streets, innit? So I mean, to be honest, I was always like brought up to use my fists in confrontations, innit? Like I'm not one to sort of carry a weapon. Like don't get me wrong, I did it once, innit? Because obviously you're in that stage where like your friends are doing it, so you kind of like do it as well. But I was at a young age, like 12, 13. But my dad called me one time, and obviously I was expecting to get a beating, innit? As any boy would expect, innit? But he sat me down and was like, look man, cowards use weapons, innit? Are you a coward? And then since that day I thought, nah, like that's not me, man, do you know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna fight someone, I use my knuckles, bruv, like, and that's how it is, innit? Like I don't agree with knife crime at all, fam, you know what I'm saying? Like if you gotta fight someone, what happened to the good old days where you like straighten her, round the corner, boom, and then you shake hands after, fam, bless it, like whatever happened, innit? Like it's in the past, man, look forward now. Life's too short to be dealing with shit like that. He looked at me this way, he looked at me that way, all this dumb shit like postcode wars, like what is this, like it's 2019 now, man, like real talk, like, yeah, man.
Why do you feel young people end up on the streets and join gangs and end up committing crime when they come from sometimes good family backgrounds?
See, that question is tricky because it depends actually on the individual and the upbringing. So for example, we all know that cliche where, you know, the council estate kid grew up without a dad, goes and joins a gang, traps, gets money. You know, we all heard that shit before. But what happens if it's like, you know, someone who's like a well-off family, do you know what I'm saying? Like raised you properly and you still choose to join the gang. That there, I don't really know about that one, innit? But I can understand why people would do that in the other perspective. Like if you're growing up and, you know, you're seeing your mum go through some tough shit, like, do you know what I mean? I know like some people have had it harder than others, innit? And they see like the roads is like a path on trying to just get quick money, do you know what I mean? Quick money could be, you know, like half the people trapping nowadays, they're probably trapping to put rent in their mum's rent card, you know what I mean? Money on their mum's rent card or pay the bills and shit. Like if you ain't got education, it's definitely harder. So like it's a tough one, that one. But if you're like from a well-off good family, I think the best thing to do is just go legitimate, like just, do you know what I mean? Earn your money, stack it, don't get into trouble, clean record, all of that, boom. But obviously growing up, if you're from a difficult background, you have no choice, and sometimes you have no choice but to do so. So I'm not like judgmental or nothing like that, because, you know, I'm not God, and obviously I'm not too squeaky clean myself, but I understand why people would choose to do the things they do, and that's my perspective on it.
Do you feel that there is a solution to the crime that's taking place on the streets of London? Can this be solved? Is there anything that anyone can do? Is there anything that anyone is doing to stop this?
Well, I understand that the police always say that, yeah, we're doing everything we can to tackle knife crime and gang, all this shit, but to be honest with you, that there comes with this whole sort of stereotype and stigma of the people who are actually carrying those knives. So e.g., if a police officer walks down the alley and sees a bunch of people like youths, all hoods up, tracksuits, 95s on, all of that, like, you know, acting suspiciously, I understand why they would give off this sort of incentive as to being, you know, they would be carrying something. But I mean, the solution personally is for that person carrying the knife to just don't carry it at all. Because then if that one person that tries to carry that knife puts it down, it could be a domino effect, man. You never know, and everyone could just lay down their arms and that. But I mean, that sounds far-fetched to say, innit? Being it's like 2019 and like, you know, we're 10 days in and I'm hearing already like 5 people have been killed already this year, like alone in the UK. So like, it's just a mad, like every year the tally chart is just getting higher and higher, innit? So I mean, I'm not gonna hold my breath for sort of peace and and love, do you know what I'm saying? But I just hope that, you know, at least if people are carrying it, to use it as less often as they can. Unless your life is in danger where you will be killed, like you will be killed, then, you know, self-defense comes into it. But even then, that's a sensitive area to be talking about that with a knife as well. But I'd just say the best thing to do is just go to the old days, man, around the corner, and boom, go for a scrap, like, you know, fist fight. Whoever wins, wins, shake hands, bless it, done. Forget about it, move on with your life. So yeah, I mean, there is a solution, but it's trying to find it, that's the problem.
What are your goals and aspirations for this year?
My goals and aspirations, to be honest with you, I say this like every year, innit, is to stop smoking. Like, seriously, yeah, stop smoking, man. Like, I'm really trying to just get back onto this like fitness thing. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's like the stages, isn't it? You get into fitness, you do well for a couple months, and then something happens, you go through something, and then you just drop down again, and then you don't end up going for like 3-4 weeks. And like, it's finding the time as well, especially if you're working and whatnot. But yeah, my inspiration, my aspirations and goals this year is to, you know, get a good job, get some good money, you know, stay out of trouble, man, go gym, like focus on my fitness. You know, I'm thinking about going to uni and sort of just like expanding my sort of options in life, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, life is your oyster, you make it what you make it, and if you know what you're worth, go and get what you're worth, sort of thing. So that's what I'm gonna do, man, no holding back, you know what I'm saying? 2019, gotta get it, like, yeah.
What would you say to all the mums and all the dads that are watching that have lost their son due to gang violence, due to being at the wrong place at the wrong time?
I mean, I don't think any words could describe the sort of, you know, the amount of empathy, like the amount of sort of sympathy I have for those guys going through that tough situation. I mean, I've lost a friend who was like a brother to me, but losing like family, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, that's probably a whole nother level altogether, you know. I mean, I've got a daughter myself, and, you know, thinking about it, you know, it would kill me, and like, it would just kill you. So I can't imagine what they must be going through. You know, my prayers and my thoughts are with them, and I just, you know, I hope they find guidance and strength, and hopefully just, you know, carry on, man, keep strong and carry on, man. Yeah.
Do you feel that the police have a part to play in the rise in crime in London?
I think they do, in a sense, yeah, they do. I mean, there's this whole sort of guideline they have, you know, the sort of things they can do and they can't do. Like, they're introducing this rule again now that they can ram mopeds off their bikes and whatnot. And now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just seeing that as a way that feds can just take you out whenever they want if you're on a ped, and that. Like, you know, we all know that guy, Henry Hicks, rest in peace, man. Like, you know, he died from, you know, a fed chasing like that as well. And like, I think police are sly and conniving. Like, they're very sly. But I mean, you know, they got a job to do. Whether they choose to do it legitimately or not is obviously their option. But, you know, we all hoping we have our best interest in hand and that they do their job properly, innit? So, I mean, yeah.
And finally, for those young people watching that were caught up in maybe gangs, maybe are thinking about leaving the gang, maybe those that are in prison on their way out of prison, what would you say to them? What message would you give them for 2019?
I'd say, look, man, do you know what I'm saying? Just do your own thing, man. If your goal sets you apart from the crowd, then just go on your own. Do your own thing, man. If everyone's doing this and that's the path they're going, don't do that. Do your own thing. Be a leader, not a follower. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're the shepherd, not the sheep, man. You lead the way. You make your life the way it is, and that you make it what it is, like, sort of thing. So I just say go get it, man, and just work hard, grind, and hopefully results will pay off, innit?